I'm Dawn Sinclair from England, and it's no secret that I'm Legacy's biggest fan. I have been since about a year ago when I read the first draft, even before the beautiful illustrations were added. Now, boldly, I stated then that I thought Michael Pietrack had written a bestseller. Well, was that brave of me? Well, as Michael himself would say, the secret of the brave is that they are afraid, but they go anyway. And that's my favourite quote. Now, what is indisputable is that Legacy is an awesome story, and you will never forget it. Be noble, my friends. I see you.
So we live in a world where writing is a tweet, or a social media posting, or a comment on a social media posting. A world where if someone writes or reads an email, they then need 8 hours sleep and some B vitamins. For most people, reading is an audiobook on a life cycle. You know, my last book was 300 pages long, and I got hundreds of emails from people, heartbreaking emails that said, "Your book is the only book I've ever read." So into this kind of world, Michael decides to write not just a book, but a lyric poem of a book, an epic lyric poem, the most difficult kind of writing there is, with classical allusions and old school storytelling principles. I was so amazed by this book that I called up Michael and I said, first of all, it's great. You did an amazing job. And second of all, who is going to read this? Who is your audience? And his answer was the only answer. His answer was, a writer writes. Well done.
Michael Pietrack, in his book Legacy, has done something extraordinary. Speaking from the field of classical poetry, it's just not something we've seen before, and it's really moving the classical poetry movement and the return to tradition back to the right direction. You know, there's lots of kids' books, picture books, that use rhyme and meter, Dr. Seuss, for example. However, these are really for kids. This book, Legacy, I think could be for kids, it could be for young adults, and certainly it could be for adults. So it's done something extraordinary. Now, certainly the length is more also than a children's story, and it tackles really deep concepts, but also has a kind of adventure feeling. It's doing a lot of what Disney should be doing, and it's kind of in some ways taking its place and serving this role of being a wholesome, moral, traditional story that kids can relate to, that adults can enjoy, and that has a rich meaning that I think speaks to the American people, the sort of modern American people and consumers. So it's just an extraordinary thing that I've never seen before, and I'm excited about it, and I'd love to see this do really well, and I wish Michael and Legacy a great success.
Hello everyone, my name is James Sale. I'm a poet, a writer and a businessman, and I'm really pleased to be able to speak to you today from England to say a few words about Michael Pietrack's wonderful poetry, Legacy. In fact, I'd like to say just 3 things in the time I have available. 1, this is an epic fable unlike any other. It kind of redefines what an epic fable means. It's a fantastic book. Secondly, it's incredibly skillfully written. You will be amazed by the characters, the plot, the twists and turns. It really is absolutely gripping. And thirdly, this is the kind of book you can read to your children. They too will love it. So there are 3 things I've said. Here's one thing for you to do. Buy the book and enjoy it. Greetings to America, James Sale.
I'm Susan Jarvis Bryant. I'm a poet living in Texas, but I'm originally from England. My father and grandfather worked for a book publishing company, and as a child I had access to a library of magical delights. Legacy is up there with my favourites, and the fact that it's in rhyme is a bonus. Legacy is a book of love, bravery, truth and beauty, virtues and values that are scarce in today's society, a society where the splendour of being noble isn't given the spotlight it deserves. Legacy does just that, and even tells us the secret of the brave. They are afraid, but they go anyway. They go anyway. Those words are my favourite because they let us know, like 𝐵𝐵, we can do it too. Legacy is a book for all the family, an instant classic that will go down in literary history.